Those of you who don't know me, my name is Matt Ellis. I'm the director of Key Club International. It's nice to see all of your faces, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tonight we're going to, this should not be the only place that you receive this information. Hopefully you've received much of this information in other ways. And so tonight we're just going to be adding context, making sure that you are aware of things, and when possible, we'll take questions in the chat and things of that nature, just to make sure that we try to get as many of your questions answered as possible. So before we get started, just like to briefly introduce our staff who are on the call. And so let's go ahead and start with Michelle Studi. Michelle, are you here?
Hey, everybody. Yes.
There you are.
Do you want me to speak now, or are you going to introduce all the staff?
I thought we could introduce all the staff and then have you give remarks.
Perfect. Hi, everyone.
And then Michelle Shilton, if she is on. Michelle was at a soccer game tonight, so she is watching from afar, but she said she may have a little trouble participating. But Michelle is program manager for Kiwanis Youth Programs, and she is the person that I report directly to.
Thank you.
And then Laura, you want to introduce yourself really quickly?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name's Laura Holloway. I get to work with this great crew here as the Key Club Program Specialist. Oftentimes good contact with the newsletter and the communications going out. You oftentimes will get me when you click reply, so hello.
And then Melissa McMahon.
Hello.
Melissa, you want to say a little bit about your role at KI?
Yeah, so I am the Service Leadership Programs Training and Education Administrator, and working with Key Club and all of the program lines on the education components and online courses and on-demand courses, and also youth protection policy training. So I'm going to touch base on youth protection a little bit later.
And then finally, we have Erica Reiser. Erica, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Erica, and I work with Melissa. So supporting all of the things she said, I'm the education and training specialist. I'm also the newest staff. I started last week, so thrilled to be here with you tonight.
Great. Thank you, Erica. And then Donna, I see that you're on. Donna, do you want to say just a few words about your role as the Kiwanis Youth Programs Chair?
Hi, everybody. I'm Donna Parton. I am the Kiwanis Youth Programs Chair for the 22-23 year. Delighted to be on and I'm a former district administrator for Florida District.
Yeah, thank you, Donna. Donna's been a longtime supporter of Key Club, and I'm so honored you're here tonight. Thank you very much. All right, well, we still have people entering, but I want us to go ahead and get started so that we can stay on track here. So before we get into the PowerPoint slides that we have prepared, I wanted to give Michelle Studi the opportunity to welcome you and say a few words. Michelle, you want to take it away?
Hey, everybody. So my name is Michelle Studi Campbell. I don't think we gave my title earlier. I'm the executive director for Kiwanis Youth Programs. And so every single program from K-Kids to Builders Club, Key Club, including our service leadership programs, Circle K International and Action Club, bringing up grades and terrific kids, all fall to our small but super mighty team. We have a team of about 11 people. You've got 6 of them on this call tonight. So that's how dedicated we are for all of our programs. And I'm thrilled to be back on what we're calling our somewhat normal year, right? So this is the first year where we've had a majority of schools be able to meet and gather in person, allowing extracurricular activities to really begin to meet and gather like they did back in those good old days of 2018, 2019. And so we have a lot of optimism and excitement about the year ahead. We have made unprecedented investments in curriculum and programming and technology to make sure that what we are creating is relevant for today's students and meets your needs as advisors. And so you'll hear tonight about some of the new partners, new projects. We'll do a deeper dive into some of the Global Leadership Certificate and some of those information, but we're really super excited to bring to you really a product of the pandemic, of really working hard to make sure that we have the highest value in service and leadership programming. And that, of course, under our student leadership guidance, that we're creating what's relevant for today's students. So it's super excited to have everybody here tonight and to kick off the Kiwanis year together. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to the team, and I'll be on the rest of the night. If you have questions, just pop them in the chat.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, so as I'm going to share my screen now, I do not have the ability to see either the chat or the individuals that are participating. So if you have a question, please drop it in the chat. I know Laura and our team are paying close attention to that, and they should be able to take care of that for you. And in the meantime, we will just get going. All right. First thing is, I just want to make sure that we introduce you to our new student leadership for this year. Lillian Tai is the president. She is from the District of Texas, Oklahoma, and Leyland Nguyen is our vice president from the Southwest District. And this is a picture of all of your trustees. Good representation from around the country this year, and so far they are doing just an absolutely fantastic job. So hopefully you have the opportunity to interact with them. If you need anything from any of them and you can't find their contact information, please feel free to contact Laura or me, and we will get that to you.
Hi Kiwanis, my name is Lillian Tai and I'm the Key Club International President. This year we have a new UNICEF initiative known as Start Strong Zambia. We're also excited to continue to work with our new partners from last year, Schoolhouse and CollegeWise, while also expanding opportunities with our longtime partners such as Thirst Project. We're looking forward to an amazing year, and on behalf of the Key Club International Board, thank you for all that you do to support us.
So as you can see, Lillian is a terrific spokesperson for Key Club, and I thought that was nice that she recorded this message for us. Okay, first thing we're going to get started with is just reminding you of dues deadlines. I know that these have been a little bit all over the place in recent years as we've adjusted for COVID years and different things. And, you know, I know at times we've pushed them back a few months. And so this is the dues deadlines for this year. We are returning to what I understand is a more normal cycle. For those of you who don't know me, just finished up essentially 1 year with Key Club. So this is still early on in my tenure and still learning to get used to what is the regular course of action. But our early bird dues deadlines will be November 1st. You'll be on time if you get everything in by December 1st. And if you don't get them in by February 1st of 2023, then unfortunately you will be temporarily suspended. Also want to let you know that those reactivation fees are $22 for 2022. So I know that they had formerly been $100, and then we had done them for free for a time. So we're trying to ease you back into it a little bit, but hopefully everybody will pay early bird or on time. For dues payments and club rosters, you can go to that keyclub.org/dues reporting. 3 steps to this. First of all, gather info, including your students' email addresses. If you could, I know that sometimes advisors just enter their own email address for everyone, or district administrators may do that at times too. It's really helpful to us if we get the actual student's email, because there are times that we need to communicate with them throughout the year, and that really helps us. But if you could gather their info, including the email and expected year of graduation, that would be great. Log into the Member Update Center, or the MUC as it is called, and update those club officers and membership. And then finally submit your payment. You can either submit it online or you can print an invoice from the MUC and send it in with a check. Now I want to talk about the programs and some of our latest updates for you. First thing is we have a new recruitment video. This is a video that we unveiled at ICON this year. The Vimeo link, which we're making available to you all as well, we're going to send this PowerPoint out, so don't feel like you have to write everything down. You'll be able to click on all of these links as they come in. But we unveiled this at ICON, and we're really happy with how this came out, so I wanted to give you the chance to see it in case you had not seen it yet. So this is available for you to use in your clubs.
When it comes to making an impact, everyone has something to contribute. A desire to make a difference. The potential to be a leader. Maybe even a vision of a better world. With so much to offer, the question is, where can you put it all in motion? For teens, the answer is Key Club. Key Club International is a service organization for high school students. People who want to make a difference in their schools and communities, and build leadership skills that last. With over 200,000 students in thousands of clubs in nearly 40 countries around the world, members are doing those things right now. Raising money and awareness for clean water, tutoring students in need, increasing awareness of mental health issues for students, and more. In Key Club, each service project is chosen by club members and conducted by club members, because each Key Club is led by students. From running meetings to holding key positions, it's the members who make it happen, and each member is inspired by Key Club's core values. Leadership is grounded in humility and service to others. A true leader listens, recognizes, and empowers. Character building is built by everyday acts of kindness, integrity, and teamwork to grow stronger relationships and communities. Compassion for others is a cornerstone of the Key Club experience, inspiring action and service to one's community. We welcome people of all backgrounds and ethnicities to join in serving and making a positive difference in our world. After all, there's nothing like connecting with people who share your values. And with Key Club, you'll find them. From your club's local service to Key Club's International Convention, you'll get unique opportunities to meet students from around the world, working with each other, learning from each other, motivating each other to new levels of impact, making a difference that lasts a lifetime, in yourself, in others, and in the world around you. Get started today.
All right, so that's our new recruitment video. I hope you like that. I'm really pleased with how that came out, and I hope that you will use that in your clubs. Now we're going to move on to the Global Leadership Certificate, and I think Michelle Studi Campbell, are you presenting this piece? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
So the Global Leadership Certificate, simply put, is the single largest investment in Key Club programming in well over a generation. We spent several months and brought in the help of consultants to research to make sure that what we were creating wasn't something that already existed, right? That we wanted to, if it existed, we wanted to test it, see how we could customize it and make it better for our outstanding Key Club students. But what we found is that there wasn't anything that was 100% online that gave a broad types of training that focused on what traditionally educators would call hard skills, as well as the soft skills that are so critical for leadership and for the development of students. And so what we came up with, the Global Leadership Certificate, 39 on-demand leadership courses for Key Club students, and it can be self-paced. You can also download some of the topics and do within your Key Club meetings. We have some handouts that help with that. And then we're actually creating some new meeting kits that talk about how to utilize the Global Leadership Certificate work in your meetings. And active Key Club members can use the email address that Kiwanis has on file. So Matt said it earlier, I'm going to say it again, and I'm sure someone will say it one more time. We really need for those email addresses and the registration data to be correct. Sometimes we will get, 50 new Key Club members that have bestteacherinamerica@gmail.com as their email address. And it doesn't really help students then log in and access all of our content. And so in that member update center, we want that to be as accurate as possible, so our students are getting the full value of their membership and can access not only the Global Leadership Certificate, but other pieces of the Key Club experience that will be moving online, and make sure that that's protected within the member update center. You can go to the next slide, please.
There we go. All right, so October online resources. These are resources that used to be called fall resources. However, as we strive to be ever more inclusive of our international communities. Not everybody celebrates fall at the same time of year, so we have changed that to be October online resources. And this is something that I think we largely used to mail out in physical packages. That's just becoming more and more unwieldy, and also just not very environmentally friendly. You know, it's really a better practice to put these online, where not only do we save a lot of trees and save a tremendous amount of money in postage, but it also gives us the opportunity to make adjustments or to correct anything that's incorrect, and then just simply re-upload it to the proper link, and that way you always have the most current and correct information. So I hope you will check out these October resources. The meeting kits are great, lots of recruitment resources and flyers, the officer training guides, and just a whole lot more information. So if you've been used to receiving a large package in the mail, I hope you will go to this link and look for that information. And of course, if there's something there that you're expecting that isn't there, please let us know, and we'll be sure to get it to you in a way that you can use. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Laura Holloway to talk about Youth Opportunities Fund grants.
Great. All right, so I just wanted to make sure everyone is aware of a really important opportunity for your Key Clubs. The Youth Opportunities Fund grants are for Key Clubs in good standing and their service projects. The grant amounts range from just $250 to $2,000. And we have two opportunities to apply for this grant. The first application deadline is right around the corner, October 15th. If you miss that application deadline, then you're just going to be able to go in for the March 1st cycle. So that deadline will be the end of the 2 grant cycles for the YOF grant. To apply, you're going to go to keyclub.org/YOF. That is up on the screen there. And you can also just go to keyclub.org and search for Youth Opportunities Fund grant. You're going to be able to read a lot more information. Check out the budget sheet that can help your club manage that grant money. Check out the community assessment, the needs assessment documents. Those are also very helpful for just pointing your club president and everyone in the right direction. So if there's any other questions, feel free, you can reach out to me. An email that will work for YOF is just yof@kiwanis.org.
Great, thank you, Laura. And then also to say, if you miss the October 15th due date, any applications that are received after the 15th will simply be carried over to the March 1st grant period. And so technically you have from October 16th until March 1st to apply for the second cycle. We found that a lot of programs were having trouble getting the applications in by October, and they maybe had some ideas that they needed to work out. They had new club officers, whatever it was. And so we wanted to give everybody the best chance possible to apply for a YOF grant, which is why we added a second cycle. And so that's where you see the October 15th or March 1st deadlines. Okay, so I know that Trick or Treat for UNICEF has been a little bit all over the place in recent years, in part due to COVID, in part due to our traditional fundraising initiative with UNICEF expiring, which was the MNT, the maternal neonatal tetanus program. And so now we have a new initiative for Trick or Treat for UNICEF, and that is Start Strong Zambia. And if you haven't heard of this, we unveiled this at, again, the International Convention, and we have lots of resources for you. And one of them is this video that I want to play for you now, just to give you a good overview of what this program is, what we're trying to achieve, and how we're going to benefit people who are in Zambia. So let's take a look at this real quick.
alukula mwana wochenjera komanso mwana wopenya wasiyana nazake chifukwa ivi vomwe tilula petemira vilengesera mutu wake ukhala wanzeru wotseguka.
So I hope that you all think that that's a great program. I know that we certainly do, and we're really excited about it. Not only will Trick or Treat go to support that program, but essentially all of the fundraising that we do on behalf of UNICEF for the next several years will benefit that program. I also want to just highlight the student-led nature of that choice. UNICEF gave us, I think it was 5 or 6 different programs to review prior to making that decision. And so last year's International Board of Trustees took a good look at those programs, narrowed it to 2, and then each of the district leadership voted on which of those 2 programs they wanted to support. And so ultimately, the Start Strong Zambia project was the one that was selected. So just wanted to take an opportunity to highlight that we are trying to really listen to the student voice at international leadership as much as we possibly can and give them the opportunity to decide where we're going with these programs. All right, moving on.
And Matt, just real quick,
Yep.
I do want to highlight that this year is brand new. We're going to be partnering with Builders Club
Yes.
for fundraising. So as you have Builders Club in your community or even your Kiwanis Club supporting Builders Club, great opportunity for students to work together and for those Builders Club students to see the opportunities in Key Club as they continue in their service and leadership journey.
Yeah, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Moving on to Key Club Week, it is going to be October 31st to November 4th this year. I know it technically starts the last day of October, but that's when we're going to have Key Club Week this year. And you can see Monday through Friday. Hopefully you're all well familiar with the greatest week of the year, Key Club Week. And we have lots of resources for you on the website as well. And of course, if you need anything in terms of planning for that, do let us know. The Global Engagement Rally is something that we started during COVID times, at a time when many of the fall rallies and things weren't taking place. It was such a big hit that our students have continued to ask if they can put it on, and students have continued to be interested in it. So we are doing that again this year. We will have a big time announcement, a huge announcement at the Global Engagement Rally. I don't want to tip the hand too much, but this really does warrant really highlighting it as something significant. As always, we're going to have plenty of student-led workshops. This year, we're also going to reveal the International Convention theme at Global Engagement Rally, and we'll also have a keynote speaker. So it should be just about 2 hours. We tried to stay away from SAT days this year, which we did not do last year. So November 19th at 2 o'clock Eastern, that's 11 o'clock Pacific. And I know the international trustees are really hard at work trying to make sure that this is going to be a terrific event. So I hope that you will mention this to your clubs and make sure that they're aware of it. All right, now I just want to talk really briefly about some of our partners and just make sure that you as advisors are really aware of them, because you have such a tremendous impact on their ability to gain traction in the Key Club world. So these are our primary partners right now. Erica's Lighthouse, you probably know them. They are our mental health partner. not so much a service project, but mostly a member benefit. So if you have the opportunity to check out their site, you can sign up for a free account, and lots and lots of resources for you to help with the mental health of your students in your school. Thirst Project, raising funds to support clean water in developing nations. UNICEF, we've talked about quite a bit. And then a couple I want to talk about here really briefly. First is Schoolhouse. This is an online tutoring program started by Sal Khan of the Khan Academy. Sal was also a speaker at the last ICON. And this is online tutoring, so your students can become a tutor. They get service hours whenever they're available. They can do it on their own schedule. They get certified as a master of various, mostly math programs. That's a great thing to put on their college applications, on their scholarship applications. And it's a really intensive process to be certified as a tutor, so we can be sure that people who are getting tutoring services are being tutored by people who are qualified. At the same time, anybody in your school can be tutored in this program. And so whether they're in Key Club or not, if they need help with math, physics, a few of those kinds of subject areas, they can join Schoolhouse and get free tutoring from other students all over the world. And then, as I said, they can add those tutoring certifications to scholarship and college applications. So we're really excited. There's an advisor section on the website. So if you have specific questions about how you might implement this in your clubs or in your schools, just take a look there. And of course, if you have any questions, just drop us a line. The second partnership is CollegeWise. They provide counseling, tutoring, standardized test preparation for sophomores, juniors, and seniors primarily, who are trying to decide where they want to go to school. Maybe they're preparing to take the SAT, that type of thing. And so they can also really help students find financial aid packages, scholarships, and help counsel them as far as the best way to go about those things. They've offered exclusive discounts for Key Club members that are on that website as well. They're starting an SAT boot camp here in the next week or two that, judging by their results in the past, raises students' SAT scores by 40 points or more. And so it can be a good thing for students that are really looking to maximize their standardized test prep, but also if they're just having a hard time deciding where they might want to go to college. And a lot of colleges, maybe don't have the profile of Harvard or Yale, but would be a terrific fit for our Key Club students. CollegeWise will help match them up, and those colleges are often very, very motivated to get our students on campus, and so they are willing to offer additional financial aid packages, things like that. So this could be a great resource for students as they're beginning to investigate where they may want to go to college. So just wanted to highlight that for you as well. All right, homecoming. First of all, over 204,000 members in 2021 and 22. So that was a terrific increase in membership. Thank you to all the advisors and district administrators and teachers who really helped us to reach those goals. And we're looking to build on that number even more this coming year. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Melissa McMahon for youth protection.
Thank you, Matt. Since we have so many different advisors here, we just wanted to touch on youth protection policy requirements. So this is not the exhaustive list of the youth protection policy, but just want to keep in mind that as you're working and volunteering with students and you're planning events for a fall rally, different service projects, and though you keep in mind our youth protection policies, Kiwanis takes youth protection very seriously, from our international board to our district level to the club level. Everyone plays a role, keeping their eyes open and making sure that we're all following the youth protection policies. So you can find the youth protection policies on the youth protection website, and Matt has a slide with that link as a resource. Keeping in mind that to be an advisor, So if you're a current advisor, maybe you're going to open up a new key club in your community, prior to them being as part of that chartering process, we need the advisors to have a background check. So also for you that are current advisors, making sure that you renew and keep up with your background check requirements. That's one way that we use as a screening tool to make sure that we're keeping our youth safe. And then also keeping in mind that this is for the Kiwanis advisors. This is part of the requirement for faculty advisors. Some of you may play a dual role, but if it is a faculty advisor who is only seeing students and participating with Key Club on school grounds, then their background check for the school is sufficient. But as soon as that faculty advisor goes to the Key Club Fall Rally at an amusement park or at a pumpkin patch fundraiser, then we need that faculty advisor to have a background check on file with us at Kiwanis. And we also have frequently asked questions on our website so that you can definitely look up more information. Also, as an advisor, we have on-demand online. If you go back one more. Go back, Laura. There we go. Youth protection courses. So as an advisor, we ask that you complete the online youth protection courses. And then also as an advisor, when you are planning your events, keep in mind how to supervise and monitor and making sure that you're checking in your students in and out. And then also reporting any instances, whether that's any type of abuse that a student may self-report, even from their home or someone in their community that may have had some kind of impact on them, or even if it's a red flag behavior between peers. Just keeping in mind how we keep youth protection very seriously. And the next slide. Want to remind everyone that Youth Protection Week is coming up next week, October 10th through the 14th. And so this is a great opportunity to either schedule or train your club members. We have PowerPoint on our Youth Protection website, as well as recordings that you can share. And the goal of Youth Protection Week is just as we're getting back into the swing of things, coming out of a pandemic, and a lot of clubs are meeting again in person and having lots of activities, that we are just promoting youth protection awareness. So you might put something in your club newsletter, or even if you have a district role, and submit something to the district newsletter. And then also club secretaries. Ask your club secretary just to make sure that they have a list of all their advisors. Do they have their current background check? Is the right email for all of you in the secretary dashboard? Because from time to time, we'll send out youth protection notices and reminders for that email that we have on file for you. And then the next slide is our website, where there are a plethora of resources. So we have our youth protection policies and procedures. We have a list of district youth protection managers. So maybe you don't feel comfortable putting on a training at your club, and you would like to reach out to the district youth protection manager to maybe do a Zoom or in person. We also have the youth protection helpline. So the 866-607-SAFE is a number that if you want to report any kind of abuse or any kind of red flag behavior or policy violation, you can call this number. It's staffed 24/7 by our Presidium Inc. Vendor, and all those calls then get routed to us, and then we triage them. So just wanted to kind of highlight how important youth protection is, and each of you have a role in that, and making all our youth safe. And we really appreciate all your time and efforts with that. Thank you.
Thanks, Melissa. Melissa does a great job with youth protection, and she's a wonderful resource for you if you ever need any help. Coming up on our last couple of slides here, if I can get my PowerPoint to advance. There we go. Key Club Convention, as we've talked about, lots of exciting stuff happened last year. I hope you were there. If not, I hope you'll come out to the Key Club Convention in Anaheim, California, right next to Walt Disneyland, July 6th through the 9th. Hope you will be there. We're planning lots of fun stuff, and it's going to be a great time. So I hope you'll join us. And then with that, just want to thank you all for your time. And I don't know what the stop sharing my screen here so I can see everybody.
I can jump in here.
So I want to see if we had questions. So Laura, you
Sure.
want to take that for us?
We had a lot of questions about the resources and links shared here. So we will be recapping all of that for you in our upcoming emails. If you aren't getting our emails, make sure you subscribe at keyclub.org/subscribe. And if you are a new advisor and are not able to enter into the MUC, the Membership Update Center, then you would want to email and reach out or call the Kiwanis Member Services. You can call at 1-800-Kiwanis, or their email is helpline@kiwanis.org. I guess we also had a few questions about partners. So one of the questions was about CollegeWise. Some of the opportunities that CollegeWise offers are exclusive for Key Club members, including a webinar about maximizing your college applications with extracurriculars like a Key Club member would have. But the majority of their services are open to everyone, all students. So that is a hybrid type of an opportunity, a partner opportunity there.
Some of the discounts that CollegeWise is offering are specific to the Key Club member program.
We hear that they don't ever give a discount to any organization, so I feel special about that.
They like us a lot.
Yes. So another question was about that Zambia video. We do have a website with a lot of resources, and we can work to see if we can share that UNICEF video about Zambia for you to share with your clubs. The website, if we didn't share it yet, is keyclub.org/Zambia. Nice and simple. And so those will be the resource home for Trick or Treat for UNICEF as well. That takes care of the questions before just now, but I saw the chat was going pretty quickly here. Let's see. Question about the Membership Update Center. Is the job of the advisor to update the membership on the website on keyclub.org/MUC? That's the membership website. I would say that you should facilitate that, help them out, make sure they have access to that website on their computers or a school computer.
Yeah, Laura, the club officers that have access to that are, correct me if I'm wrong, but the president, the secretary, and the treasurer, is that right?
That's right, yeah. So if you don't have access to list your club officers, that's when you would want to reach out to the Kiwanis Member Services. And then you would add those officers' titles and their emails, and then they'll go to that same website, keyclub.org/MUC, and they will be prompted to log in for the first time, and they enter in that email that you provided, and they'll be able to set up a password and then continue to stay logged in after that and update that membership roster.
So I'm seeing a couple of questions that came in just specifically to me, it looks like. Can advisors access GLC courses? And my understanding is they can.
Yes, they can. I actually was typing that in the chat. Our GLC slide, we could only fit so much on that one slide. So yes, absolutely. And we want advisors to take that and almost audit it, if you will, so you can see what your students are learning. And then also of note, Melissa and her team are working on a new advisor training that we'll have online as well later on in the year.
Just scrolling back through the chat, Daryl Gums had asked, are these matching grants? Daryl, if you're still with us, could you just unmute and then let me know which grants you were talking about there? Because I'm not sure where that came in.
I think he was asking about the Youth Opportunities Fund grants, but they aren't matching grants. You do need to have a good budget sheet and a plan in place, but the amounts range from $250 to $2,000. So that would just be a check sent to your club or direct deposit if you want the funds faster.
And then we're going to make the video of this session available pretty much immediately. Lonnie's question. So, Laura's going to do a little cleanup on it tomorrow, trim off the start and end so you don't hear our pre-live chatter, things of that nature. And then we'll be able to get that right out. And then are the training courses mandatory for Kiwanis advisors? I assume that's talking about the youth protection training courses. And yes, those would be mandatory. And
yes,
that looks
it's in
like
the policies.
Yeah. Donna Parton said a very nice comment. Thank you, Donna. Appreciate. I'm glad that you enjoyed this webinar. And let's see if I'm not seeing any other questions or comments in the chat. So, Michelle, do you have anything you'd like to say in party? Oh, I see a. Sorry, let me.
Your hand up.
Michael Hipple has a question real quick. Michael, go ahead. Michael Hipple with your hand raised. Going once.
Should be able to unmute.
So we did have a chat come in the chat here while we see if Michael has a question or not. I'll take this one. Is there a step-by-step guide or video on how to access the global leadership training? And yes, we have a couple of ways that we can get that out to you. Mary Reynolds asked, do the officers have their own sign-in into the MUC?
And so once you add their email, the Key Club officer's email, then
and their real email, not bestteacher@gmail.com.
Yes, they definitely need to have access to that. And then, yes, each officer will have their own sign-in.
Looks like Michael may have unmuted now. Oh, I'm sorry, Laura. I thought you were finished.
Oh, sorry about that. I was just going to note that only one person per office. So you can only have one president, vice president.
Yeah, Michael, it looks like you're unmuted now. Do you have a question?
Which email do you want us to use for students?
Which email do we want you to use for students, Laura?
I'm guessing the question is between the school email or their personal email.
Oh.
So the school email oftentimes is limited with a filter. And so a newsletter, for example, gets blocked by a spam filter. And I don't know if they have an option to even take it out of a junk folder. Their personal email also will travel with them after they graduate. So it would be great for us to have a connection with them, to help them through CKI or joining Kiwanis afterwards.
Jennifer Rayburn, how long are the 6 classes? The 6 classes, I think, based on my recollection, are 15 to 25 minutes-ish.
That's correct on youth protection. And then I had another question in the chat. Is there a cost to the Global Leadership Certificate? And that comes from one of our great DAs who's just probably asking me to remind everyone that the cost is included with your membership. So no additional cost for Key Club members to get this certificate.
And then Beverly, I see your hand is raised, but you also put a question in the chat about where you can access the video on recruitment.
Right, that's the same question. I never knew it came through. Okay, you could go ahead and answer for me. Thanks.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, so the video is on our website. We will make sure that the link is in this presentation as well. And you can actually not only access the video from our website, but you can download your own version of it so that you can make sure you get a high quality video that you can use anywhere you need it. So make sure you do that. And that is
Thank you.
We'll send that link. Yeah, no problem. See, the questions are slowing down in the chat now, and we're coming up on 10 till 8. I usually like to have these things go 3 or 4 hours, but you guys are being good people and moving it all right along. One other question from Sheila, is there a list of Kiwanis advisors that shows both their expiring dates of VSCs and completion dates of the Presidium courses? Melissa McMahon.
So I do have, so in the Key Club District Administrator section, you can get with the district secretary and they can show Kiwanis advisors who have completed their background check. And if it's current, currently we don't have, I can generate a list for you, Sheila, related to Presidium and which advisors for your club or even for your district. It is not on the secretary dashboard. That's something that we're working towards as we migrate to Salesforce in early 2023. We want to make it more accessible so that our advisors can see. If you have any questions, you can message me. And again, on our website under the Youth Protection Training, there is a frequently asked questions on how you can access the Presidium so that you can go in yourself and you can look at which courses you've completed. And again, they're good for 2 years. So you can go in and you can look at your transcript.
I have two more questions in the chat. One question is about what's that Builders Club tie that we mentioned briefly. So this year on all of your Trick or Treat for UNICEF materials, you'll see not only the Key Club logo and lots of information about Key Club, but you're going to begin to see Builders Club as well. So all of the materials out there even give you some tips and tricks on connecting with Builders Club. All of the money that our Builders Club students raise will go towards the same UNICEF project that we're working on right now. So we're going to work together to raise money to make those students' lives better.
And then the second question, do all of the 39 courses need to be completed for certification?
I only heard what half of Matt said. Do all 39 courses what?
Do all 39 courses need to be completed for certification?
Yeah, to get the full global certification, you will need to complete all 39. We do have a phase 1 with the courses that are up right now, and then we'll have a final certificate completion certificate when all 39 are completed. We are working on this year adding a third-party accreditation to it to give additional value to the Global Leadership Certificate, and working with the National Association of Secondary School Principals to have it be a course that students will recognize, and they can utilize the completion of that on college apps and wherever the next chapter is in their education or work journey. And then there was a question about how did you find out how to even access it? And then that person found it on the website, but we, in our wrap up of this, will put the links in there so you can take the Global Leadership Certificate courses yourself and help us get the word out to students. We have about 1,200 students that are on the course. We have the capacity for 10,000. So looking for all of your help in helping us blow that out this year.
Yeah, so as Michelle mentioned, we'll go back, and I think I tried really hard to make sure that all the links were explicit in the PowerPoint, but I will just triple check that before I send it out. So we'll send the video as one resource for you, but we will also send the PowerPoint presentation itself so that those links will be clickable for you so that you can get straight to them. So be looking for that. And I know that we have a e-newsletter going out on October 10th that has a leadership corner, and we'll put those 2 links in it. So look for that e-newsletter on October 10th. It's just a couple days away, so you won't be too long delayed. If anybody just has a burning desire, they can't wait that long, and you want to email me, I can send that to you ahead of time. But otherwise, just know it'll be coming on the 10th.
And we'll look to have a fun little advisor challenge or something on who can get through that Global Leadership Certificate first, or which district can have the most advisors get through that. So look for some fun contests throughout the year for you and your students.
Yeah, so just in closing, I just want to say thank you so much for all the work you do. You guys really make this program go, and we are just so thankful for you and all of your efforts and all of your help. And I know how much our students appreciate you. So thank you for taking your time on a Tuesday evening to be with us. And as always, if you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to contact Laura or me, and we will get you all straightened out. And other than that, everybody have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you to all my Canadian